Hello class, in this video I will describe how to complete the Health Career Summaries project. So in this class you're learning about multiple health careers. Maybe some of them you're interested in, maybe some of them you're learning more about. In this activity you will be comparing 3 different careers and sharing your knowledge with the rest of the class. So in this assignment, you will be creating an infographic visual to summarize 3 different occupations in the health and allied health fields. So according to the instructions, you'll start by selecting 3 different occupations from the textbook. Again, this is the textbook. You can flip to the front of the textbook to look at all the different careers that are there. And over the next several weeks, we will be covering a variety of them. Choose 3 different careers, one that you think you might want to pursue yourself. The second one should be one that you might work with or collaborate with in the future. And the third is another one that you would like to learn more about. So maybe there's something that you're interested in, whether or not it's something that you are interested in pursuing in the future. Maybe there's something that catches your interest. Then you will download the attached template. So right here where it says Career Summaries Template, and I will pull up a copy of what that looks like. So here it is. It's a grid. Along the top it says Health Career, and then the 3 different types of careers for you to look at. When filling this out, be sure to not just leave that label of intend to pursue, but actually fill it out. So I'm going to put health educator, social worker, and osteopathic physician. All right. Then the instructions say use the textbook and other resources you've learned about to answer the questions for each occupation you selected. So in this first column, you'll see that there's a variety of things to consider for each of these careers. Values, so what are the core values needed in order to do the job? So for values, think about what are the things that someone with this career would find important, right? Do they believe in equity? Do they have empathy? What are the motivating values that someone in this career would have? Then there's job responsibilities. What purpose or function does this role serve? So this is different from the next category, which is day-to-day duties. That's kind of more what are the actions or tasks that they might be doing. Job responsibilities is more of the big picture. What contribution do they have to the healthcare field? So job responsibilities, what's the purpose or function? Day-to-day duties, what are they actually doing on a day-to-day basis? Skills would be competencies. So for example, designing flyers, listening to patients, presenting to community members, those are all skills. And then training and education, what would you actually need to do to become one of these professions? So are there exams that you need to pass, certifications, degrees? For example, you may have to take the graduate readiness exam to get into graduate school to pursue a master's in public health. Additionally, you might need to get a certification in as a health education specialist to be a practicing health educator. Additionally, include how long it would take to become a trained professional in this role. So maybe it's 2 years after getting your bachelor's. Maybe it's an associate's that doesn't require a bachelor's. Try to include all of that. Then the next section is job considerations. So think about the salary, think about the trends. Is there more demand than people trained for the job? Think about work-life balance. Are people burning out? Is there a lot of turnover? Do people leave this job frequently? Or do they love the job? Then location. Do people with this occupation travel a lot? Are they mostly in one workplace? Are there a variety of settings in which they can practice? For example, being in the schools, being in the community setting, or being at a clinic? And lastly, include additional insights about the job. What else would be helpful for you to know specifically? So this is up to your interpretation. Feel free to think about what are the different things that are important to you as you make your decision about a career. Maybe you're interested in whether there are a lot of folks graduating with a lot of loans, or are there a lot of scholarship opportunities? Maybe something helpful to know is whether there's a specific need in your community, right? Think about whatever else might be helpful for you to think about outside of these lists of categories in this spreadsheet. So fill that out for each one of these 3 careers. Then, using the template that you just filled out as your guide, create an infographic to compare and contrast the 3 occupations. So for those of you who are not familiar with infographics, these are basically images that help you to convey information. You can use tools such as Pictochart, Canva, Visme, or Easily, or whatever other tool you'd like to use. So I actually made an example. I just put a few things in here. I didn't want to do the whole thing, just because this is more illustrative. I don't want to do the whole assignment for you. So this is easel.ly or Easily. It's free to create an account, and it's pretty easy to get started. There are different templates that you can use. So if you click on comparison, there are these different templates. I actually chose this one right here that says nerds versus geeks, and then kind of moved things around. So here I'm comparing health educators versus social workers versus osteopathic physicians. And then I chose some different images to represent each of the categories mentioned previously. I wanted to point out that you can use a variety of text here, as well as charts. So for education, the years of grad school, and you don't have to do exactly what I did here. Feel free to be creative. This is really your opportunity to illustrate the knowledge that you've gained researching these 3 different careers. And then at the bottom, make sure that you cite your sources. So this information that I've got came from our textbook, so that's included down there. If you aren't quite sure how to cite, make sure you look up online how to cite your sources. Please use APA format. All right, and so that's what I mentioned here. At the bottom of your image, cite your references. So maybe use the textbook, maybe you're using information from your informational interview, or maybe the interviews that you've heard so far in this class, or maybe there's another website, maybe one of the websites that Liz Bobadilla mentioned. There's a lot of helpful information in this course that you will use to inform your research on these 3 careers. So go ahead and have, you'll have 2 different files. One is the infographic and the other one is the comparison grid. Make sure you save the infographic as career summaries _ last name, first name .jpeg or .png, and save the comparison grid as career summaries _ last name, first name .docx. So you will be uploading these in 2 different places. One is so that I can see your comparison grid, and the other one is so that your classmates can learn from the work that you've done. So upload your infographic, not the comparison grid, to the Health Career Infographic Gallery. I'll show that in a minute. And then submit your comparison grid to this assignment. So you'll actually be submitting in 2 different places. So the same way that you've been uploading your assignments so far, upload the Word document here in this assignment. For the infographic, you'll be submitting it the way that you contributed the photo challenge at the start of the semester. So you'll submit it here. So Health Career Summaries infographic. And it'll indicate here what you need to do. So you'll click on Add Entry. And under Title, you'll put your name, your full name, first and last name. I noticed that some folks at the photo challenge didn't include their names. So make sure that you do that. And under Caption, make sure you list the 3 occupations you compared. So for this example, Erin Malapejo, health educators, social workers, and osteopathic physicians. And then I'm going to go ahead and choose my file. So I selected the career infographic example.jpg. Note that if I was submitting this, I would mark myself off because I didn't use the format. And then you can go ahead and upload. I've actually already uploaded this, so I won't do it again. But if you click on View Single, you can see the sample here. So again, my name, the 3 occupations that I reviewed, and then my lovely infographic. Okay, so again, you'll have the infographic in the gallery, and then your career grid, the Word document, where you're using text to compare in the actual assignment. So this will be due Saturday, November 17th at 11:55 p.m. Late assignments will not be accepted. Go ahead and get started on this now as you are learning about careers for the next several weeks, right? We're going to cover different careers for more than a month. And you know, maybe there's something else that you're interested in that maybe we didn't highlight specifically, but if it's in the textbook, go ahead and include that. So again, this assignment is all about learning about different careers in health, but also being able to compare them and share that information with the rest of the class. Thank you.